electric, their team was electric, and they played that way for 40 minutes. We haven't had a team shoot 72% against us, I don't know when. And the best thing we did was limit their offensive rebounds, which they didn't have. They only had 2 because they only missed 13 shots. That was fun. It was supposed to be fun. They just played a lot better than we did. And we can talk about Wednesday games and Monday games and rest and all that. There's no excuses. They were ready to play us, and we could never match their emotion today. We just, at the start of the second half, I thought we played our best defensively for about 8 minutes and put us in a position to get into the single figures, and we made 3 really bad decisions on the offensive end of the court that could have knocked it to 7 or 5, if you put them in a row. And that's what we needed to do. And once we passed that point, then they took over again. That was our window of opportunity, and we didn't take advantage of it. In a game like this, where that other team is, lights out, you look for small windows where you might be able to crack in there and do it, and we weren't able to do that. But they were terrific. Congratulations to them. When the team plays that way, they're very difficult to beat, even if you are playing great.
In the first half, there was a 2-minute run where you had 5 turnovers, which is also, I don't think, anything you can remember your team doing. Was there anything specific that was happening there?
I don't think we made some wise decisions. One time we had a break and we fired like a 30-footer. When they had double fouls, double bonus. At that time you got to know the game. And I think, but what happens, to be perfectly honest with you on this, is when a team's playing that well, sometimes they put you in a position where you hurry or you scurry, and it's not just their defense that does it, but it's just the presence that team has that day that forces you to kind of make quick decisions that are not the appropriate ones.
Based on what you saw from them today, do you think that they could be a national title contender?
Oh, that's not, I think anybody who's playing in the Big East or ACC has a chance to do that.
Given their ability.
They played Syracuse on Monday too. So Syracuse looked like a national contender. We played great against Florida State on Wednesday. I just think it's too early to judge anything like that. But they're really good. Okay, don't get me wrong. But, they're really, really good, and I think we're good, but we weren't good today.
Given their ability to get the ball to the rim, drive, cuts, some post, did you ever think about maybe using the zone defense?
Yeah, we did a couple times, and they went through that too. Did you see when we did that?
No, I was there.
See, well, they just we didn't do it very well. No, they're different. They just had a great verve today, and they are good. It's not like this. They're one of the top teams in the country, maybe a national contender. But they're real good, and they're very well coached, and they just had it on us today.
Coach, you're trying to win a ball game. What about the atmosphere?
I'm looking at 2 people. Let me do you, and then I'll do you.
Can you just compare the atmosphere today here at Verizon Center versus what it was like 4 years ago?
It's about the same, I think.
Do you think it was about the same?
Yeah. Whenever we've come here, whenever we're in anyone's place, the atmosphere is pretty good. We're like, if you invite us to your party, usually people want to have a good time at it.
Did you sense anything different about Georgetown? When they won that game 4 years ago, they were sort of on their resurgence.
I don't think that far. I'm not judging. Georgetown's not on my mind 4 years ago, so I forget I even forget who's on our team 4 years ago. I'm 62. Where are we right now? Will you tell me? Will you tell me I'm a contender? Is that a movie? I'm sorry.
Another atmosphere question, but a little different. What about the atmosphere of having the president and the vice president sitting
No,
in
I
the
mean,
front
that's
row?
terrific. First of all, for the president and the vice president to be here and show their support of college basketball is spectacular. And, I think that's the best. And he generated, a lot of excitement. It's neat to see our country excited about their president. I mean, that's a cool thing. I'm excited about him too, but just a good atmosphere, and their team responded to it at a really high level.
Along the
Because
same
this is
lines.
so different, from what you ever see from this team defensively, going back really.
From our team?
Yeah. the
Well,
whole time
we
you've
played a
been-
little bit like this actually against NC State. We've had two really bad, in the full body of work that you have, 30-something games that you play, you would hope that in 95% of them, you play your butts off and you're playing the way you're supposed to play. And then if you do that, you're going to win. If you're good, you're going to win a lot. And there are always a few games where you, for whatever reason, maybe that's why we're human beings, we can't match what the other guy's doing. We just can't match, no matter what you do. And that was one of those days today. We just could never match what they did. And again, that's a compliment to them. But also it doesn't mean that we're bad. We were bad today. Overall we played great defense. But today we were not very good.
Which is why I wondered, is this anything, what you saw today, are you worried that this is something?
No,
that you need to
because
watch
we
the
played
rest of the
great
year?
defense on Wednesday. And we played great defense at Clemson, or else Clemson and Florida State are contenders too, for our league championship. And, again, it's very difficult because I don't think there's, we're not a powerhouse, I don't think Georgetown's a powerhouse, but we're both really good teams. And so at times, like, they didn't look that good against Syracuse, but they look great today. We looked really good on Wednesday. We didn't look good today. And you try to find a level of consistency of going to consistent excellence, and you can't let one game define you either way. And we won't let this game hopefully define us in a negative way.
Back to the president real quick, did you guys have any interaction with him or with
No.
Reggie Love?
No. We didn't, none. But why should we? We're like, in the grand scheme of things, they're bigger people to see than us,
Last question.
Can you comment, have you seen an evolution in Greg Monroe's play and presence, from last year to this, and if so, could you just...
Well, I just think the normal, he's an extremely talented basketball player. And I thought he had a really good year last year. And he's playing great this year. But also, his perimeter's playing great.
Yeah.
Wright and Freeman especially are, they're putting, Freeman coming into this game is one of the hottest players in the country. And so when you have a few good players and then his extraordinary talents, I think his talents show up even better. And John uses them very wisely to use his talents. Okay? All right, thank you very much.